Right, hello. The shmee seems to be working just fine. I Okay, so it's working. That's good. I'm kind of tired, so I just started this up so that people can start logging in. I'm gonna I'm gonna go lie down for the next 20 minutes. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, hello. We're about to start. Just give me a hot sec. I just remembered that I left my controllers downstairs, so I'm gonna get those real quick, and then I'll be back, and then we're gonna start. Great. Hi, I'm back. I just wanna, on an unrelated note, I wanna establish real quick. Oh, hold on. Gotta get the Elgato working while I talk. Capture card. Uh, I just want to briefly establish, uh, that if I sound like I just want to briefly establish that if I sound more tense than usual, or if I sound like I'm not talking as much as usual, it's probably because I haven't. Hold on. It's probably because I haven't gotten out very much over the course of winter break. So I've noticed, I've caught myself, stimming a lot more and such because that's the amount of energy I have. So yeah, today we're gonna be live streaming. Today we're gonna be speedrunning Deltarune Chapter 1 specifically. We're not doing all of them. That took almost 7 hours last time. I would have started at like 9 in the morning if I was gonna spend that long playing. I'm gonna adjust my volume real quick on my just on my end. It's a bit loud. All right, here's the deal. So, on my end, uh you might notice on my end you might notice huh. So you might notice the speedrun timer and uh basically the sorry, brain fart. The I have a timer. The run starts when I hit confirm on wanting to make a new save file. And ends as soon as the last text box in the game goes away. Alright? So we're just gonna get straight into it. I'm just gonna keep talking as I go. Other than that... Alright, so I'm gonna erase this file real quick. Yes. So as soon as I hit A, the run starts. Alright? So, 3, 2, 1, and go. So this first bit, we're not actually gonna worry about naming the character because it doesn't matter, so we're just gonna mash text as fast as we have to do a little more than that to progress it. There's some bits where you have to like flick the stick because like, you know, it's asking like, you know, are you sure of your choice or whatever. And also you have to name your vessel, and to save a bit of time, don't name yourself the same thing as your castle because there's a little bit of extra dialogue. Oh, sorry, I have to close the software and try it again because it seems that the timer did not start. Dang it. Okay, wait. There shouldn't be any save file for chapter 1 left because at no point have I actually saved yet. Yeah, alright. Oh, my hotkeys aren't working. I have to turn them on real quick. I have to make sure that they are turned on. I don't know if they're turned on. Number lock on, so it doesn't, so it registered, so when I tried to press 1 as a hotkey, it registered it as end, not 1, because I don't have number lock on. Alright, so now it should work, and now I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, cool, it worked that time. It's important to actually look for like a split second to make sure it actually starts. Alright. By the way, my personal best is actually something like 36 minutes. I think the best I have on record is 38 minutes, but my personal best is 36 minutes because I recorded myself beating it in 36 minutes, and the footage didn't get lost or anything, but I just never posted it because I was planning on I felt like doing another speedrun. I felt like speedrunning it again later that day, and I was confident that I would successfully do better. Because so far I usually improve with every time I play. So I just never uploaded it, and so I'm just waiting. I never uploaded it, and at this point, I might as well. That's split. Might as well just not, because I'm probably gonna do better anyways. Apparently, I was a few seconds behind. Oh, as you can see up there, it should say whether it says that I'm like 4 seconds slower than my personal best. 4 seconds behind. I was 4 seconds behind where I was by that point. My personal best. Yeah, I instinctively saved. But like, you're for Deltarune Chapter 1 speedruns, you're really not supposed to save. Because, you know, and I know that might sound like a big deal, but like, you know, the idea, in theory, if you're speedrunning this game, then ideally you're good enough at it that you're not gonna die for most of the chapter. I like saving right before the king fight. It doesn't take that much time, and it would suck to have to restart your run when you die to king. I found out later that it auto-saves to auto-saves to like right before the castle, but like still, at that point, like if runs at that point, you know. It's worth the, like, 1 to 5 seconds of time loss. Anyways. So as you might notice, we're coming up on the Lancer split. It's just the Lancer fight actually fast if you know what. Most of the fights in this game are surprisingly fast. But yeah, like, the main thing is that split isn't until after you beat him, so it might be slightly behind. Also, I didn't get a perfect on that. Lancer, if you get the perfect hits in a row, happens. I get perfects on every hit except for the first one. Well, and I missed that time too, but you know. And as for Susie, we can't control Susie yet. She attacks automatically and we can't do anything about her for most of the chapter. We can't control her directly for most of the chapter. If you're trying, oh, forgot to do the split. If you're trying to spare monsters, then you can warn them of Susie, so that Susie will keep missing them. But we're not trying to spare monsters because, you know. And I've heard that apparently for the few mandatory fights in this game, it's actually faster. It's actually a bit faster to spare most of these guys, but whatever. Like, you know, whatever. I'm not a professional speedrunner. Honestly, the part that I should be more concerned about is actually dodging the non-mandatory encounters, because like that I just did wasn't mandatory. I got stuck anyway. Yeah, I'm doing that. It's a bit faster. Because fighting is only faster if I get perfect hits. And I'm doing that. No, this is a warm-up, whatever. If I get a new personal best, was not supposed to be at max volume. Sorry guys, I didn't know you couldn't hear me at all. I didn't know that that wasn't supposed to be at max volume. I think I accidentally rubbed the mouse or something. Because that shouldn't have happened. Because I have my arm, like, resting on my computer. Sorry. Sorry, I'm really annoyed now. Well, I'm only slightly behind, so I have a chance to catch up to myself. Okay, Okay, so I may have severely overestimated. Okay, so I may have turned the game volume down way too much. Which I don't care at this point. I don't care at this point. I need to do the speed run. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it anymore. I was almost a full minute behind on that split. I I'm currently very behind. It's going to be very hard to catch up now. Hello, Bear Squared. It is good to see you. I am not doing well at the game, I mean. But, you know. I am also getting annoyed because I'm about to be very behind. Yeah. This fight is much faster than the other ones because the Jigsawries don't have a lot of health, and having Susie on the team makes it a lot easier. Anyways, yeah, my mic's a bit softer than usual. I don't know why. I'm probably just further away from the mic than usual for some reason. But again, like I mentioned, for reasons that I've already explained, I'm not taking the time. I'm not taking the time to fix that right now. Anyways, next run I need to turn auto run on because it's just like it's just easier than having to hold the B button. The main trick is to not run into walls because you lose a lot of speed when you run into walls. So the oh frick. Yeah, my movements are a little too wild. So like here, the only trick there is really is to just stop hitting the walls. So far, I have failed to dodge any of the enemies, and I'm usually able to dodge at least one at least one non-mandatory encounter by this point. So yeah. Uh, Chapter 1 is my favorite to speedrun, but only because I haven't sped run any of the other ones. Also, I'm allowed... Oh, am I a Christian? No. Uh, no, I'm not a Christian. I'm just, you know, I don't... Oh, frick, I mistimed it. I prefer swearing not to happen. I just... I'm just trying to minimize swearing just because I can. As for whether you're allowed to swear, please minor swears only and not excessively, okay? So just like no F-bombs and I'm so like no F word or S word, please. And I'm gonna be annoyed if you just start spamming ass. So, point is no, it's not like you're not allowed to, but meaningful vulgarity only, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not making this split. I'm gonna be very honest. I might reset. Anyways, so here we wanna get Susie down as soon as possible because the attack animation takes a little bit of the argument when Susie attacking it and Susie and Rull say arguing takes a bit of extra time. Oh yeah, also it healing itself. This is the only guy that we actually spare in this. This is the only guy that this is usually the only guy that I spare because because you have to. You quite literally can't hurt him fast enough. Anyways. Yeah, I'm glad to know I'm happy to know that that YouTube is actually recommending my videos to people. Hello Andy. Yeah, I'm okay, I'm a bit behind, but it could be worse. Alright. Yeah, I'm usually able to dodge that guy. That guy's really easy to dodge if you know he's there. Which, like, if you make a point of remembering it, if you make a point of remembering that he's there, it's really not that hard. Don't care. Okay. I'm just gonna have to be, like, extra speedy-like on the maze. Yeah, and obviously I usually dodge that guy, because it's not that hard. There we go. For a second I was a bit worried I was doing it wrong. Oh, wait, no, that's the projected comparison. For a second, I was like, oh, we're already over the split by, like, 20 seconds. Then I realized, no, I forgot. That's it predicting... It's this... At the very bottom below the timer, it's this feature that predicts whether it thinks you're... That predicts how much faster or slower you will complete the run in comparison to your personal best. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, though, because for the life of me, the main two things I need to do to dodge more enemies is to time stuff out better and stop hitting the walls. And neither of these things are things that I am... These are both things that I just cannot do for the life of me. Yeah, we haven't even started the maze, and I'm already behind. I'm gonna end up being like a full minute behind. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not recovering from this. I've had too many minor mess ups. I mean, The maze, ironically, the maze is like the shortest part. Ironically, the maze is like one of the shorter parts of this split. Takes me longer to get to the maze from my last split than it does to finish it. Yeah, I was a full minute behind. Oh, on Susie Leaves, I wasn't actually that close. I was a full minute behind on Susie Leaves, too. I'm not beating this fight in the next few seconds. I might not end up a full minute behind, but I'm not. Oh, yeah, no. I'm screwed. And I accidentally attacked Susie. Yeah, I'm screwed. Yeah, no, guys, I'm starting over. This run's fricked. Yeah, no, run's dead. Yeah, good warm-up, but I'm not spending another 25 minutes on a run that I know is but I'm not spending another 25 minutes on a run I know is dead. Anyways, so alright, so run starts when I hit this button. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, go. The reason why I paused for a sec was because I realized that my mouse was over the game capture volume button again, and I don't want to accidentally adjust the volume. I don't want to accidentally adjust the volume with my elbow again. I misread that as, is this your body? And it's just like, what? Anyways. By the way, the reason why I'm not naming myself anything interesting is because I'm in a hurry to, like, play the game. Oh, this part had better be short. I don't want to start behind again. Yeah, I'm starting behind. Yep, I'm starting behind. It's not going to be that hard to catch up, but I'm starting behind. Oh, I forgot to turn on auto run again. Okay, at the end, I am saying this now. At the end of this run, someone remind me to turn on auto run before I start again. Please. Yeah, I'm moving a lot faster. I'm bumping into a lot less walls. Yes, it really does make a difference. When you're playing and you're like really stressed out about it, you can definitely tell when you keep slowing down. And if Like, you know, it's not that hard to notice if you look closely enough. The reason why I slowed down there was because I accidentally let go of the B button, but, you know. And then I let go of it on purpose to stim, because, you know, brain do what brain do. But, you know, anyways. Come on, come on. You guys can hear me, right? I'm kind of leaning back in my chair a little right now while I'm talking, and I'm kind of just hoping that I'm not, like, that much quieter when I'm not actively leaning over my mic, because I'm not doing all that. Okay, cool, thanks. Alright, again, good warm-ups, but I really need to, like, I really need to just, like, play the game faster. Alright, we're gonna have to do a 30-second Lancer fight, which hopefully involves 3 turning, which, for the sake of, trying to get back on track, hopefully involves 3 turning him for once in my life. Ow. Oh, I forgot, we actually want Susie to get hit now. I forgot, but we actually kind of want Susie to get hit now for the K-round fight later. Nice, we 3-turned Lancer. And, oh, I actually saved a lot of time. I might have not, I might have gotten ahead even if I hadn't 3-turned him. Or maybe I'm just underestimating how much time a single turn is worth. Alright, there. I'm a decent bit away from him. Alright, nice. So the trick is to be more in so the trick is just to be in better control of my movements. I want to be as far away from him as I can without actually bumping into him, because if I bump into him, you know, without bumping into the wall, because if I bump into the wall, then I slow down and I'm fricked. Oh, it seems as long as I get Ralsei perfect and Chris almost perfect, it does enough damage anyways. Well, good to know. Ooh, nice. Oh, it seems the Rudens aren't getting stuck on the corner. They just can't leave their area. I guess it would be unfair if you went to all that effort of... I guess it would be... Oops, wrong way. I guess it would be unfair if you put all that... I almost didn't get hit. I almost ended up just TP farming on accident, which, you know, TP farming is nice, but it's not what we're going for. Forgot what I was talking about. Oh, right. I guess it would be unfair if you went to the trouble of learning how to like skip certain fights, only for Toby Fox to say, nah, screw you, these guys can just go wherever they want throughout the room. Because then, oop, forgot to hold X, started spamming A and B instead, which, you know, not a huge deal, but it's still a time loss. Anyways. So anyone have anything interesting to say? Like, I'll tell you if I need to lock in more, I'll tell you if I, like, need to urgently lock in, but, you know, other than that, I'd be happy to, you know, talk to you guys, because it's fun talking to you guys. I accidentally opened the menu, but hey, I'm 33 seconds behind, I'm 33 seconds ahead on that skip. I almost said behind because I am, you know, because I am 33 seconds below my personal best, but, you know, technically means a different thing, I don't know. Okay, all I saw of the dialogue was I just saw, like, a snippet of text that said, "Merry Christmas," and I was like, excuse me, what the heck? Oop. Almost got hit by the puzzle almost got hit by the puzzle pieces that had already collided with each other, but hadn't disappeared yet. I accidentally started holding the run button instead of the interact button. And you can't hold the interact button. Whatever, you know what you can't hold the interact button in this game, but whatever, you know what I mean. I'm so lucky. I was so locked in. Like, I'm getting so locked in that I can see, like, I'm so locked in that I'm paying so much attention that I can literally like, snapshot in my head that like, the freeze frames of, like, the 1 or 2 frames where the battle UI is still, like, coming up from the bottom. So, like, there's just, like, a split second where I can almost got hit. And there was, in fact, a split second where I almost got hit. But I was gonna say there's just, like, a split second where I could just, like, see the battle UI, pop up, and it's cool. Anyways. Right. We are now the crap squad. We are now the bad word Lancer isn't allowed to say squad. I ran into the wall on accident, but it worked out fine anyways. I ran into the wall. I'm not making this skip. And it's not really a skip, it's just avoiding a fight, but I don't really have another word for it. The point is to skip the fight, so it is a technically correct use of the word, even though in terms of video game tactics, it wouldn't really be called a skip. Anyways, might as well take a little damage here in preparation for King Round. So I've noticed K Round has a habit of targeting Susie first turn. I don't know if that's consistent. I've heard that's probably just me getting really lucky. But now I think Susie's just gonna get one shot by K Round, ideally. So that'll save us a lot of time. Okay. The one time that he doesn't target Susie first turn is the time that I'm actually on track to get the skip I want. Anyways, she's down now, though. And hopefully I'll just win before she revives or whatever. Oh, I almost got hit by him stomping, and then I did get hit by him, by the projectiles he made. Oh, okay, that was close. I'm really glad I didn't get hit, because I don't know if it was me getting, if it was Chris getting targeted or Ralsei, but if it was Chris getting targeted, then I wouldn't have been able to act anymore, and I just would have been screwed. So I'm not ahead by as much as I thought, but oh, actually, no, I forgot how short that cutscene is. I'm ahead by almost a full minute. Yeah, I'm ahead by like a good 45 seconds. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, you know, there's a limit to how much more ahead I can get. In each split. I still have more than half my splits left. So, you know, just doing that because I don't want to risk getting one shot. I feel like Ralsei just barely has enough health that he wouldn't die, but I'm just not dealing with that. It's just easier to just... It's easier to take the time loss if it means I'm not gonna die. Bro, the pressure to not get no-hit makes it harder, I swear. Sometimes it helps you focus. Sometimes it helps you focus when you really need it, but sometimes it just stresses you out and makes you worse at the game. Okay. Thank God I got a perfect shot on him. I think that saved me a turn. I'm saving now. I don't care. I'm taking the time loss. I need to heal. I think the maze is directly after oh, the maze isn't directly after this. Okay, good, because I'm probably... Yeah, because I'm probably getting caught by him. So yeah, I needed the health. I don't care. I'm probably... I might... I might be... I'm probably still, like... Honestly, I've saved enough time so far, and that was little enough of a time loss, that I'm probably still at least a little ahead. At that point, saving is a small enough time loss that, like, I'm not risking the run just to try to make up for a time loss that already happened that I can no longer do anything about. Oh, that was close. I almost got hit. It grazed the soul sprite, but like probably missed the hitbox by like a pixel or something. Oh, I'm realizing I actually successfully skipped plenty of enemies even in a normal run, and it's just like most of them are in the maze, and it's just like I don't mentally, I don't count those because they're just like a normal part of my run, because they're not really ones that I have to go out of my way to skip. I mean, for the Bloxer guy, I do go the long way, mostly just because I'm scared of getting caught, but whatever. It is it is now, it's saying I was a few seconds over. It's saying that in the, oh, that wasn't a prediction. Oh, the thing at the bottom, okay, I forgot what the thing at the bottom was. It's not a prediction, it's a previous segment. Except I had thought that that was saying what the name of the previous segment was, and I also got confused because at the top it says that I did 22 seconds better on the previous segment, but at the bottom it says I did 22 seconds worse. So I think what the previous segment is saying is how my personal best for that segment, compared compared to my current pace, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's saying, it's not saying that I went 22 seconds slower than my previous personal best. It's saying that my previous personal best for that specific segment was, it's saying that my personal best for that my previous personal best for that segment was 22 seconds slower than my current pace. Oh, well, except the number that I was going up. Oh no, it's saying, oh no, it's telling me, it's telling me okay, it's telling me how ahead I was. It's telling me how much more or less ahead I am from my last segment. So my last segment I was 23 seconds ahead. This segment I was 10 seconds ahead at it. So it's telling me, it's telling me that I am now 12.9, so it's telling me that I am now less ahead by 12.9 seconds than I was as of last segment. So the reason why I was saying that I was 22, that I would, so the reason why it said 22 for the last segment was it was saying that I was ahead by like half as much by the end of the Maze segment than I was by the end of the Susie Leaves segment. For a second I was like, oh crap, am I about to run into a wall? Why can't I move? And then I remembered, oh right, cutscene. Oh crap, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Okay. Okay. I don't care, Gaster. Fortunately, there's an autosave right at the end of the Susie fight, but that was a massive time loss. If I manage to stay ahead, it's gonna be, if I manage to stay ahead, it's gonna be, I don't know, since this, I've been at this since the stream started, minus like 15 minutes, so about 50 minutes. Uh, I quit. I quit a little less than halfway through one of the runs because it was I kind of just accepted that it was already dead. As for this one, I was doing good, but now I'm kind of worried that I'm screwed. Especially because I was getting concerned because I started being ahead by less and less with each segment, and now I kind of just straight up died. So I can only get hit once for this next segment, and I didn't realize I can only I didn't realize how much health I had, how much or how little. My best run, um, on the record, officially my best run is 38 minutes. Unofficially, my best run is 36 minutes because I recorded a video, got a new personal best, but didn't upload it because I plan to record myself doing another speed run again later that day and kind of just assume that I would beat it. But I didn't end up doing another speed run, but I didn't end up posting the thing anyways, so I don't know. Oh, I'm behind by like more than a full minute. Oh, great. Well, that's a skip, but that's not a skip. That's a split. I very behind now. Um, I'm sure auto run does help. I keep forgetting to turn it on, honestly. So that's not even a skill issue. That's a memory issue. Oh yeah, no, it is less button presses. It is less button presses. I just keep forget. It is less button presses. I just keep forgetting because I'm a dingus. Anyways, so for this part I literally just have my arms under the desk to rest them. I'm just spamming A and B to see if I can get through the text any faster. I don't think I can, but I'm just spamming the buttons, and this is just the first part of the run where I personally feel like I can actually relax. I'm probably gonna end up I'm probably gonna end up having to do like a 3-minute card castle. I I might have to end up doing like a I might end up having to do a 3-minute card castle. That's gonna be annoying. Also, I doubt that that's gonna happen because I have to take like a full 30 seconds to give Susie to purchase the main axe for Susie and give it to her and give her the iron shackle. And like it's not that hard, but like it's it's still a time loss, and I still have to do that to beat King faster. Anyways, be nice if we could dodge the Rudin Ranger guy. Oh, I have to 2-minute card castle. Less than 2 minutes. So I'm gonna have to like minute and a half card castle. Okay, cool. I don't care. Alright, so to avoid this guy, we have to go down. We have to go back. Alright, we have to wait. Now run, run, run. We have to... There. Nice. Oops. Okay, cool. We do have to rules. We have to... I don't know why I said we have to rules. Okay, so I might get on track. I'm doing well enough that oh, cool. I'm doing well enough that I might get I'm doing well enough that this is probably going to amount to me getting back on track. But I'm still gonna... This is probably going... If I keep going at this pace and don't make any more major mistakes, this is probably going to amount to me at least getting back on track. But I'm no longer confident that I'm... Yeah, but it's not really genocide, it's just... And Deltarune likes to beat you over the head with the idea that your choices don't matter, so there isn't a notable difference in the game. It changes like one cutscene because if you don't do the in each chapter has a slightly different ending depending on whether you do or don't do all recruits. But yeah, like in this game, it makes such a minimal difference that it's not even called Geno. It's just called all recruit. It's just called the main route. If you do, I mean, actually for like the high level speed runs. Oh crap! I missed. For the high level speed runs, you're actually... Usually people who are doing high level speed runs, they actually spare most of the mandatory enemies because it actually is faster to spare them if you know how to do it. But it's still not but they're still not doing all recruits. Okay, it loosened enough. It's fine. Oh crap, we are like we're still a full minute behind. We're gonna get ahead on the king skip. We're gonna get ahead on king, but that's only because on my previous attempt I didn't have a split. For the end of the game. Alright, so we're gonna talk to King to get Red Buster. Alright, so the strat with King is only attack because ideally if you're speedrunning this, you're gonna be good enough that you're gonna dodge enough that you don't have to that you can afford to only attack. So basically, it costs, I believe, 60 TP. It costs 60 TP for Susie to do Red Buster. Rather than the 50 TP, it costs for her to do it. It costs for her to do Rude Buster. there goes my chances of no-hitting him. But I was just gonna say, so basically the strat is... Basically the strat is only attack, and use Red Buster anytime you have enough TP. In the first turn, you have to have Susie talk to the king, so that talk turns into Red Buster. Sorry, I'm not reading chat right now. I'll read it after I'm done. If it's like some urgent advice, then it doesn't matter right now because honestly, this run's a bit fricked anyways. By the way, I don't know if you knew this, but Rude Buster and Red Buster do more damage if you spam A or Z depending on what you're playing on. Uh, because as I would say, like, as they're approaching the enemy, but it's honestly, you don't have to worry about as it's approaching the enemy. Honestly, once you set up Rude Buster or Red Buster, you just spam A while the animation happens, and you'll be good. Ow. Like you can't hear or tell, but I'm just spamming A. Yeah. Oh, okay. For a second I got startled. Yeah. Yeah, you totally should. Deltarune, until January 6th, Deltarune is on sale for like $20 instead of $25, and it's $20 for all 4 chapters. And also the demo is the entire first 2 chapters, but that's a separate speedrun category, so you know. My personal suggestion, watch Tetrabit. If you have, my personal suggestion is, if you don't know how to speedrun the game, watch Tetrabit's video on how to speedrun Chapter 1. It's what I used, so... Oh, okay. Yeah, the game is goated. But yeah, if you want to know how to do a main route Chapter 1 speedrun, just look up Tetrabit's channel. And I will say, it's easier to get a decent rank on Chapter 1 than any other chapter. The main reason being that Chapter 1 is more highly contested than the other chapters, and since it is more highly contested, there are more people who aren't doing like perfect runs and stuff. Like, whereas for like chapters 3 and 4, the only people playing chapters 3 and 4 who are like the only people who are speedrunning those are like the people who are like dedicating a lot of their time to this. So point is mostly just, it's easy to look good next to everyone else for chapter 1 because for chapter 1 you know, it's contested enough that there's a lot of worse times, whereas like the only people who are going to be speedrunning chapters 3 and 4 are the people who are really good at it or do it for a living. I mean, most of the people. I saw like one speedrun for chapter 2. Like most of the main route speedruns for chapter 2. I know I was talking about chapters 3 and 4, but I'm saying chapter 2. Most of the speedruns for chapter 2 were like hour and a half type of stuff. But then there was like one person who had like over 2 hours, whose run was like over 2 hours. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna get closer to my personal best. I'm over 36 minutes. I'm not getting a new PB, but I'm getting a more official PB, and also this is the first full speed run. the first full run of the stream. My first run, I reset like 13, 18 minutes in because I realized that I was doing very bad. That is time. I think I did that a bit. I think I did that a bit late. Could have done faster, but you know. All right, so 37 minutes and 34 seconds on the dot. A little faster than that, probably because I missed. I'm not that accurate with my timer usage, and I haven't bothered figuring out how to make it stop automatically. So yeah, I'm just gonna reset the timer real quick. Yes, I would like to update my best times. Also gonna edit my layout to... When should the timer start? The timer starts the second you... The timer starts the frame you confirm that you want to do a new save file. Sorry, if you don't mind, I'm trying to find where the layout option is for personal best.
And the shadows start to grow, and the places that you know seem like fantasy. There's a light inside your soul that's
Yeah, no, I'm not concerned. I'm just annoyed because I'm trying to find it and I can't.
the promise in our hearts.
Oh, well, I didn't have the detailed timer turned on. I'm going to delete the normal timer. Oh, what the heck? All right. Well, so we're gonna continue to chapter 2. We're not speedrunning chapter 2, but we're looking because chapter 1 completion files are the only way that it lets me check that it lets me check it. It's the only way that it lets me check what my in-game time was. Yeah, so technically my in-game time was slightly better, but since I died, my actual time was worse. Uh all right, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break now because I don't want to burn myself out. I will be right back. Oh, I forgot that it showed me looking at that. Jeez. Okay. I'm just gonna leave the game open so you can listen to this chill music. I'm gonna go, like, take a snack break or something. BRB. Also, I accidentally got one of my legs stuck under my other leg. Like, I was trying to... Like, just... I got stuck in my own desk. Jeez. Anyways. Frick, you mean Metaton? For that, I'm turning off the chill music. I am the tired. I almost want to not take a break so that I can be. I almost want to not take a break so I can be less tired. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that, I guess, because stupid mental health or whatever. Alright, ready? We are starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, good, it did start. I saw a gray thing and I was like, oh crap, did it not start? Then I realized, no, that's just the advanced timer or whatever. So you would think that PB would stand for... On the advanced timer, it shows my best time for the segment that I'm on. And it says PB and best, and you would think... I feel like PB is supposed to mean personal best, so I don't know why... It just, like... I think it's supposed to mean, like, previous time for that split, but like, it says PB. What could that mean that would have to do with my previous run? Previous bun? Like, this is how... Like, what would previous bun even mean? How fast I acquired a booty cheek? I don't know. Alright, that... okay, it took me a sec to hit the button because I wasn't sure if I had hit the button already, and I had to check to see if I had hit the button, and I had not. Got to turn on auto run again, dang it. No, it's... I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean you're bad. Nothing's wrong. Anyways. So what, you just speedrunning it? You just speedrunning it while you watch me speedrun it? Okay. I mean, good for you, but you know, it helps to... Oh, right, I forgot. You said you've played the game before, but I was just gonna say don't forget to make sure that you've played it at least once on whatever save file you're using, because it'll only let you... There's some big parts of the game that it'll only let you skip if you've played the chapter at least once. I I I thought I saw a chat move, then I realized, like, oh, there's nothing there. So I don't know what I thought I was seeing. Anyways, so I was a little behind on my previous split, but I'm still on track to do okay. As long as I don't hesitate too much. Ah, dang. Alright, I didn't get perfect. I'm not getting a 25-second Lancer. Or at least I'm probably not getting it as fast as I got it last run. 'Cause if anything, I think I'm a few seconds... If anything, I think I started this fight a few seconds behind from where I started it last run, so... And once again, I only missed the first hit. So I was slightly more behind than I was on the first split, but I'm... As long as I pick up the pace, you know. It's showing the best splits. It's showing all of my best splits individually, not the splits of my best run. So it's showing all the splits where I was really so it's showing the first half of the splits where I was really cracked last run, and where I was playing really cracked last run. Um, we'll start. Dang it. Um, We'll start catching back up again. We'll start catching up again on the second half of this. We'll start catching up again on the second half of the splits. Dang it. We'll catch up again on the second half of the split when, crap. When I start getting back to the point where I screwed up. So I think this time I'm just gonna take the time loss and save right before I fight Lancer and Susie. Assuming I'm not already at, like, full health. I probably won't be able to tell at that point because I probably won't be paying attention to what my health situation looks like. But just, I want to go in to the Susie and Lancer fight with max health, so I can come out of it with as much health as possible, so I don't even have to worry about dying in the chase part. Yeah, I am on track to be very behind because, again, I failed to skip all those fights like I had last run. Again, I'll start catching up in the other half. But, like, oh my god, it's really annoying to think about. Like, I fluked so hard through that run, and I would have gotten such a better time if I wasn't also making mistakes. Yeah, see, I'm already over on Susie. Yeah, no, I'm behind enough. I'm sorry. I'm only 8 minutes in. I'm starting over. I'm behind enough already. I know I'm going to catch up. I know I would have caught up closer to the end of the run, but I don't care. I'm 8 minutes in. The whole point of the stream is to speedrun it more than once, so you know, it's practice. So I'm just not bothering. I What I'm getting at is a very long way of saying I'm allowed to be What I'm getting at is a very long way of saying I'm allowed to be picky. It's practice. I almost accidentally called it AU because I forgot that the U's supposed to be for when I'm naming myself. I might be on track to get my no, I'm not gonna beat my personal best for this segment. I'm yeah, I'm not. I'm just slightly over, but boom. Just barely beat previous run segment. I don't know what the heck I just said. I know what I said. I had a brain fart and I did not the talking the good. Alright, I'm moving fast again like last run. I just pushed my glasses up like really quickly while the cutscene was playing. Dang it. Let me down. What the heck was that? So I just like lost. So I just lost like all the time I saved by moving fast. And I'm sure I'm exaggerating, but you know, that was upsetting. So I don't think so I must not usually pay attention to how much time it's taken me to get here because I'm looking at this and thinking like no shot no shot that I was done with no shot that I no shot that I was here 3 minutes in and then done with Lancer by 4 minutes 35 seconds. Like there's no way. Yeah, 4 minutes 35 seconds. I Wait, it's saying my personal best for Lancer. Oh, it's subtracting the amount of time the previous segment took. Okay, I got confused as to why it was claiming at the bottom to the left of the timer why that my best time for Lancer is 3 minutes and 5 seconds. But it must be looking at just this split, not how far I am into the actual run. Alright, we started a few seconds sooner than last time. I missed the perfect though, so this is now a 4-turn at best. Probably a 4-turn. I'd have to mess up pretty badly for it to not at least be a 4-turn. I don't know, maybe it's a 5-turn if I get like 0 perfect hits, but I just got one, so you know. Yeah, I think that would have been I think that would have been I think that would have been a 4-turn regardless of what I did, unless I messed up really hard, and it'd be like hard to mess up that badly on accident. Dang it, got stuck on the save point. You fuck. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how I got to Lancer that quickly. Um, on my last attempt. In this case, I mean like last full attempt. Crap, crap, crap. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dang it. But I was just gonna say I should like at least be on track as long as I'm like doing okay. As long as I'm locked in for these bits, I should still be like on track and it should be fine. I didn't go far down enough. Ow. I'm annoyed that I did so well the second time because, first of all, I ended up fricking it up anyways. And second of all, now it's making me stressed because I don't know how I did that. Like, I dodged the first and third encounter. So far I've dodged I got to Lancer in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I dodged the first and third optional encounters. And then I don't know how I did that. And then I messed it up anyways because I freaking died. Honestly, the chase part, like, even though that, like, feels like it should be the easiest part, is the part that has messed me up the most. Because since Chris is the only person in the party for that specific chase, you don't have anyone else's health bar to rely on. And as you can see, Chris isn't usually exactly the one with the fullest health bar. Okay, the reason why it's saying I'm behind is because I did really well those first few times. I'm gonna catch up. It's gonna pay itself back. I'm going to catch up because I'm gonna keep playing okay. I'm gonna keep playing okay for the rest of the time. And as long as I keep playing okay, then it's as long as I keep playing okay, it's at some point I'm going to catch up because at some point I'm going to keep playing okay through the part where I had messed up. Still really annoyed about that though because like, you know, even before I messed up, I was starting to be ahead by less and less as I was screwing up more. Oh, I forgot to do the split. Oops. Well, now I have a confident now for next run I have a confidence boost because I mean, I basically just gave myself a really easy split, and that's the spot where I keep getting concerned about not having about like failing to catch up. Crap. Crap. It's annoying when I accidentally push both of them because now I have to because then it gets more complicated. Like the puzzle itself isn't that hard, but like then I have to take extra steps and it's just inconvenient. Not extra steps, but like, you know, it's inconvenient. I did not get stuck on the pole. Ow. Jeez. Finally. I'm referring specifically to me finally getting a perfect shot. Oh, I instinctively moved out of the way of the laser that was not there, and I almost ran into the third lane and got hit by the laser that actually was there. I would have been so mad if I had done that. I probably would have just reset almost immediately. See, and I almost ran back into the other lane. I keep accidentally rubbing up against the wall. Oh, for a second I was like, wow, I'm really ahead on this split. Then I realized, no, I'm not. I'm only at the halfway point in the maze. Not the maze, whatever. The board. I don't think it's the halfway point, but whatever. You all know what I mean. Oh, that was really close. Thank God. Okay, so I'm not getting back on track with this one, but I might be I'm I might be less. I am playing well. If I keep playing well, I will be less behind. I will almost definitely be back on track eventually. And at the very least, I will be less behind. My brain keeps going, no, don't touch the walls with the soul. Well, the soul goes slower when you do that. And that's just my brain being brain, but like, you know, it's just like, you know. I mean, of course, actually, no, now that I think about it, of course I'm going to be behind by less. Of course I'm going to be behind by less. I forgot to hit the split last time. Yeah, ignoring the fact that I forgot to hit the split last time, I think I'm actually behind by, I think I'm actually behind by more. Ow. Ow. Got jump scared slightly by Clover. Didn't startle me, but just like one of the heads popped. I got just barely close enough that one of the heads popped out the whole, like, just a teensy bit for a split second. Anyways. I misread one of their dialogue boxes as "get out of there." I mean, I don't know their dialogue, but I'm pretty confident that it's not "get out of there." I don't know. Anyways. Oh. I really thought I really thought I was about a no hit. I really thought I was about a no hit that turn without moving. That would have been really funny, but I should have paid a bit more attention. Ow. So I was stimming just now, and my brain accidentally turned the word attention into retention. So, you know, YouTuber brain go brr. I mean, I feel like that's not, for me personally, I feel like that's unrelated and just a coincidence, but still. Just, you know, brain being brain. Because I have one. Totally. I clearly I have a brain. My brain is now thinking. My brain is now just coming up with the has just now come up with the phrase "send neurons," just for no reason. Send neurons. Ow. Do you see this shit right here? All right, I'm taking another break. I'm sorry. I know I haven't actually finished a full run, but I keep messing up and it's making me mad. All right, taking a break again. Hi, I'm sorry. I see we got a new person. Sorry, I was on break. Right, so we basically only have time for one more full run. I could definitely go over if I wanted to, but honestly, at this point, I don't. So I'm just gonna do. Excuse me. So I'm just gonna. Cool. Good for you. Good start. You know. I'm gonna. Basically, I'm gonna do one more full run. Then I'm just gonna show you guys random cool crap for the last 10 minutes. Because I'm not starting another run when I have like less than half the time required to do a full run. Well, I mean, unless I fluke so hard that I like beat world record, but I I doubt that. I almost said I respectfully doubt that, then I realized that that term isn't really necessary if I'm talking about myself, but whatever. I mean, I still want to respect myself or whatever, but you know. Anyways, my ear is ringing for no reason. But yeah, honestly, I'm tired already. I'm just getting frustrated with the I'm getting I just I'm not in the mood to be play I'm not in the mood to play this, but this is what I'm not in the mood to play this, but this is what I came here to do, so I'm going to do it. That was kind of well timed to Toriel trying to wake us up. You might get it. Nice. Thank you, I'm fine. Thank you, I'm fine. I'm just saying. Anyways, we like just barely got under the split. I think I hit the button a bit faster than I usually do. I don't know. Yeah, but like thank you, but I'm not forcing myself. I'm pushing myself a little. I don't feel great. That's why I that's why I'm not that's why I'm not doing enough. That's why I'm not going to start another run after this. I would I would try to cram in another run if I felt like it. This is my way of saying I don't feel like it. At this point I'm finishing the stream. At this point I'm finishing the stream. Just not gonna I'm just using the fact that I'm not gonna have time for two full runs as a way of saying that I as a way of saying that I'm kind of just gonna be done after this. Thank you. I know. That's why I took like a Thank you. I know. That's why I took like a full 10 minute. That's why I took like a full like over 10-minute long break. Ooh, just barely dodged that. Either that or I still had some iframes, but whatever. I'm just taking note of the fact that I took slightly less damage than I usually do on that part. Mistook the Elgato audio feed for my audio feed. I just like I'm looking at OBS and I saw like the Elgato thing move and you know. So by the way, speedrunning the game good, but you need to record yourself doing it and you need to have the video be published. The video has to be published on YouTube for you to be able to do it successfully. Anyways, lost a bit of time. I lost a bit of time not reacting to buttons that fast, but I started the fight, I think, like a few seconds ahead of where I usually do. Ah, dang it! Right at the end there, I was trying to make Susie take some damage, but oh yeah, I know. I understand, like, just for fun, but I'm saying, like, if you want to have a viable submission. Dang it! I accidentally went. Oh wait, I forgot to hit the button, and I was somehow I forgot to end the segment. I forgot to end the split as fast as possible. Dang it. I get stuck on that the second I walk outside. Yeah, I I tried to end the split as fast as possible. I I didn't end the split as fast as I could have, and I was still slightly under. But yeah, I understand doing it just for fun. I'm just saying if you want to be able to if you ever want to be able to have a valid submission, you need to have all that stuff. Also your game time also your game time doesn't directly correlate to your actual time. There's a reason why it's a separate why it's a separate mm, mm, part of speedrun. There's a reason why it's considered. There's a reason why it's a. There's a reason why it's distinguished from overall time on speedrun entries. So point is, fun, yes, all well and good. I'm just saying if you ever care about actually having a viable submission, there's like stuff you need to do. Oh, okay. I don't know what you were timing yourself with though. Well, if you died at least once, then probably the reason why it says 40/20 is because if you died at least once, then it doesn't count the time you wasted in the part where you died. But, the timer does, because the timer isn't linked directly to the game. I accidentally wasted a little bit of time not pressing A. I almost said not wasting A. You know what I mean. Anyways. So yeah, and most games prominently focus on the actual time, not the in-game time. So yeah, you do it it is important not to die because it doesn't in a lot of cases it does not matter how well the game says you did. Um because, using an external time because the external timer that is usually required for most speed runs is, impartial because it's, external. Started accidentally pressing A and B instead of holding X again. Dang it. For a second I was like, oh, no spikes over here? Just having brain fart because I keep forgetting stuff. I'm not getting ahead on this split. But I'm not going to be that far behind on this split either. I am holding down the left joystick with my arm so I can press the split. Okay, I started going the wrong direction anyways, but I was literally trying to hold down the left joystick with my arm so that I could immediately start moving as I was hitting the split button. I kid you not. But yeah, anyways, I wasn't behind by that much. Or I wasn't behind by as much as I was last time, even excluding the fact that I forgot to hit the button last time. Like, even excluding that, I'm still behind by, like, I think, like, about almost 10 seconds. Almost about... I'd say by about 10 seconds. I would say that I was behind by about 10 seconds less. As last time. And here I am referring to, like, literally last time, not last full attempt. Dang it. I misread "it's all good" as "it feels good," and I was just like, what? Like, not even concerned, just confused. Like, since when was that a line in the game? Like, what are you talking about? Anyways, I muttered a lot. Ow. I'm just randomly thinking of that one category of memes where, like, it's showing something super goofy on screen, but then the caption is just, like, a horrible thing. Like, just... Like, I'm just imagining a GIF where, like, it's just the Fortnite default dance, but the caption is KYS. And I'm not going to say what that means, I'm just assuming that most people know what it means, because I don't want to say it, because I don't want YouTube to be mad at me. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just like, you know. I'm just... But I am censoring myself by saying the abbreviation instead, for simplicity. Well, I'm saying, like, that category of meme where it's, like, goofy and nonsensical, in that, like, it's... In that, like, it just says something horrible. Like, the caption says something horrible, and the actual image is just, like, the goofiest meme. Is just, like, a really goofy image. Nice. Anyways. Kind of brushed the wall again, but oh well. Oh, crap. I'm fricked. If it hadn't been for that one part at the beginning where I screwed up, I would have been fine. Oh, oh. I'm realizing that one time last round where I thought I would be able to get no hit. Yeah, that's my point. Um, I'm realizing that one time that I was talking about last round where I was talking about, like, getting no hit. No hitting that turn without actually doing anything. I'm now realizing that that is incorrect. That wouldn't have been the situation anyways. Because you know, you start at the center of the battle box at the beginning of every turn, and I was up against the wall by that point, so I technically would have moved already, but whatever. Alright, I forgot Chris is at max health because I went out of my way to save. Oh, wrong button. Ah, frick. Yeah, I messed up enough that I'm gonna lose a lot of time off this cutscene. Uh, but again, the good news, again, this is the last full attempt, so I'm gonna ignore it and keep playing. And I might still get a PB as long as I don't, I might still get a PB as long as I don't make any major mistakes for the rest of the game. For a second, I saw Chris turn towards Relsei, and I was I saw Chris being turned towards Ralsei after they had gone into the next room, and I was like, what? Are they kissing? Then I realized, then I moved, and then I realized Ralsei's back was turned, and I was like, no, okay, never mind. Maybe they just went through a breakup. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to, like, cook for this entire segment. Yeah, I was worried I was gonna get caught on, like, the corner of the stump hitbox or something. I was worried that I would get stumped. I would do a rim shot, but I don't I'm in a hurry. But did you mean to add hug to that sentence, or are you saying you want to frick Ralsei? Oh crap, I did that wrong. Did you mean to say hug? Yeah, sure, okay, sure. I mean, then again, I am the one who asked if that's what you meant to say, but... No, I don't care, I think it's funny. You technically didn't swear, and I think it's funny. I don't really, I don't really mind suggestive jokes as long as, as, uh, okay, I'll put it this way, only minor swear words. So basically, no F word, no S word, and no excessive use of swear words. So basically, if you're gonna swear, swear smartly. Like I'm gonna be annoyed. Yeah, and no F or S word. I'm gonna the main thing is basically just I'm gonna be annoyed if you start like if you just start like spamming ass unmeaningfully. But yeah, I was gonna say honestly, I don't mind suggestive jokes that much as long as they're like smart jokes. Like, you know, as long as it's a more clever joke than haha sex, you know. But also preferably not them being directed at me. It's, you know, don't don't inappropriate jokes are fine, but make smart inappropriate jokes and don't direct them at anyone and don't direct them at anyone who is and don't direct them at anyone who can like hear you. Like don't don't talk bad about any about don't just yeah, I'm saying like oh no, I'm not saying be original. I'm not saying be original. I'm just saying make clever jokes. And just don't and just try not to and just try not to direct them at like people who are here with us because like just you know, it's easier to just not make it's easier to not make jokes about people than it is to make jokes about them and try not to be a creep in the process. Okay, so I'm behind by less than I was last split, but you know. I don't know what you mean you do. You do what? Direct your jokes at other people? Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's fine. It's honestly it's easier if no one it's easier if everyone's just being like wholesome and appropriate, but I don't like it's simpler if everyone's being like wholesome and appropriate, but I can only but I can only but I can only care so much up to a certain point. Yeah, no offense, but I have noticed. I like Lancer just happily saying, "Ow, my guts hurt." Like it's just cute and funny. Like, "Ow, I am in immense pain." All right. Definitely I'm not I'm still going to be a little bit behind, but I'm a lot less behind now. Nice. I am much less behind. So I'm going to save so that I can heal, and I'm just going to go. I'm just going to I'm just going to make a bolt for the castle. But honestly, as long as I don't die, I'm still going to be... I don't know, maybe like in normal route chapter 7. Maybe in like normal route chapter, maybe in like I doubt chapter 5, but in like normal route chapter 6 or 7, I wouldn't be surprised if like normal route chapter 6 or 7 we got like we got Noelle to tag along or something. I doubt we're gonna have Undyne as a party member or Toriel, because as cool as that would be, they're technically not part of the prophecy, so they're the kinds of people who would be like helpful NPCs. So like I feel like something tells me at the most Toriel's helpfulness will be limited, and Undyne's gonna function more like Gerson. I don't know if Undyne will be the secret boss of a chapter or anything. I kind of doubt it, but you know. It'd be really funny. It'd be really funny if Flowey was the secret boss of chapter 5. I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of evidence that points to the fact that points to chapter 5 being about Asgore, and that the Dark World is going to be in his flower shop. Anyways, well, I'm way ahead. That is mostly just because this is the point in yeah, the whole Fields thing, and also the Flower Man driven to madness or whatever. Uh, and also, I don't know if you know this, but fun fact, in the light world, you can actually, uh, when you're in Noelle's house as the soul, you can actually overhear Asgore muttering to himself, and he either has a shadow crystal or a black shard. Uh, I would be surprised if it I feel like it makes less sense for it to be a black shard, because we only get a black shard from from getting a chunk off of the knight's blade. But I at the same time, like, it is described like a black shard, because he says literally, with this black shard, shadow crystals are designed as shadow crystals are described as clear. So, yeah, we're probably gonna have to it would I highly oh, hearing his boss theme. I thought you said this boss theme. Like, I thought you were referring to Susie. Yeah, no. Hearing his boss theme would be cool. I would not be surprised if he's the final boss of chapter 5. And I also would not be surprised if story-wise it doesn't make any sense for Flowey to be story-wise, it doesn't make any sense for Flowey to be the secret boss, but like reference-wise, it would. And honestly, at no point have any of none of the secret bosses. I mean, some of the secret bosses become story relevant one way or another, but like the secret bosses the secret bosses are the secret bosses are never directly a prominent. None of the secret bosses so far have directly been a prominent part of the story until after we meet them. Like, the whole thing about Spamton's relationship with Tenna, that doesn't come up until chapter 3, and we don't like Spamton. We don't hear a lot about Spamton until we don't hear anything about Spamton until chapter 2, and we don't know much about him until we meet him. Even the knight even for the yeah, but it'd still be cool cuz I don't know who else it would be. But like even for the knight, like the knight would the knight wasn't a prominent the knight wasn't a prominent technically wasn't a part of the story until chapter 3. Yeah, I mean, it would it would make sense for Flowey to not be part of it, but it would be first of all, it'd be really funny if Flowey in my opinion, if Flowey was introduced to the story at all, they wouldn't he would have to be an important part of the story. Like just it'd be really hard to do like it'd be really hard to like it'd be really hard to it'd be really hard to have like to have it be such that like Flowey dang. Uh it would be it would be really hard or to it would be really hard to make Flowey. It would be really hard to put. Ah, crap. It'd be really hard to put Flowey in Chapter 5 without making him a slightly important part of the story. I mean, like, like, if we're going by the. If we're going. Like, I wanna agree with you on the basis of, like, no original. No original. No characters from Undertale have the characters from Undertale have still been like closer to the bottom of important people of importance in this story, but it's pretty obvious that Asgore is going to be a it's pretty obvious that Asgore is going to be a massive part of chapter 5 and not in the same way that Toriel was in chapter 3. And, if we're going by that logic, then Asgore shouldn't be important to then Asgore shouldn't be as important to chapter 5 as he's probably going to be. But he probably is going to be because he is that important to the story. So I don't know, like I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, like if they put Flowey in at all, he's going to have to be important to the story. And I don't think Toby Fox knows his fans. He wouldn't not put Flowey in. And if he puts Flowey in, it'd be hard to make Flowey be unimportant to this. It'd be hard to put Flowey in and while also making him unimportant to the story, and I don't see Toby not putting Flowey in. Well, I mean, Asriel's only gonna be a big deal if Flowey's a big deal because Asriel is Flowey. So Asriel's on. Oh wait, no, because Asriel's coming home. Right. Okay. I forgot Asriel is still a different character in the story. Oh yeah, I forgot. What the I for, oh, but also I forgot the part of the story that we're at right now is the festival. As of chapter 4, the festival is happening. As of as of chapter 4 ends at night, and as of the beginning of chapter 4, the festival is happening tomorrow, and it's already been mentioned that Asriel is coming home for the festival. So I mean, logically, like, yeah, logically, Asriel would have to would have to would have to be mm, in the next chapter in in some way, shape, or form, because I mean, the festival the festival is the next day. Asriel is supposed to be coming home the day of the festival, and and the Asriel's supposed to be coming home the day of the festival, and the festival is. Oh, right. I know what I was trying to say. I was trying to say in chapter 4 ends at night, implying so there's and we are given no reason to believe that chapter 5 is going to start in the middle of the night. And it's definitely going to have something to do with the night, but that's more me making a pun than actual theory crafting, but. Also, whatever bot came in talking about Jesus, please kindly piss off. I I mean, I personally am not Christian, but I I am I am accepting of all religions, but also I I don't want people coming in here. I don't want people coming in here trying to preach their crap to me. I I respect your culture, but like hopefully anyone who's Christian can be a bit understanding when I say that as a Jewish person. I I get I get kind of wary of anyone when the first thing they say about themselves is that like, I understand being a religious person. I just have a habit of being wary of any Christian people who the first thing they want you to know about themselves is their praise for the Lord and Savior. Or especially if it feels like they're trying to press it onto other people. I'm rambling, and that was probably a bot, but I'm still annoyed. So, whatever. I don't know. Sorry if that came across wrong. I like everyone regardless of religion. I just don't like it. I just don't like it when people feel the need to press it on me. Uh so kindly so um if you are a bot, regardless of whether you're a bot or not, kindly piss off. I'm glad that most of the people who I'm glad that the people who know me from school aren't the ones watching the stream, because that's definitely the type of dumb crap that they would hound me for. Honestly, most of the people who I know from most of the people who I know exclusively from school that watch my streams don't really watch my streams to be nice to me, honestly. Yeah, it's a pretty good run so far, but I'm gonna have to get a bit lucky here to do better than my previous personal best, because my previous personal best was like pretty good, because my previous right now I'm right now I'm only doing like, I'm doing like a full minute better than my best split on King, but like I, if I stay following that following that logic, I would beat the game in 36 minutes and maybe slightly less than 34 seconds. So, and I think that's still short of my personal best. I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky. We're almost at the end of the run, and we're almost at the end of the run, and it's not even close to the time I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be like 2:45ish by the time I was done with the run. I thought it was gonna be simple, but no, I have to find something. I have to find something to do for like 20 minutes, and excuse me. I mean, having this run be a lot better than the last one is definitely making me feel a lot better. But like, I'm not. I don't want to. At this point, I don't think. At this point, I really don't think I feel like doing this run again. I don't feel like. I don't feel like you could running it again right now. I just realized that doll in the. I was about to say the doll in the corner looks kind of like a Titan, but then I realized, oh, that's probably Sham. Also, for a second, I was like, why did my thumb just get cold? Then I realized, oh, I probably spat on myself a little while I was talking or something. Uh, yeah, okay, Susie. Okay, can you let go of me now? I have to get home within like the next 10 to 20 seconds because honestly to be safe, I probably have to like get in bed immediately. No, that's time. All right, I don't know if that's better. I don't know if that's better than my previous run. I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna fiddle with settings real quick and see if it'll let me see my personal best. Uh, all right, cool.
When the light is running low and the
I accidentally
shadows
moved the
start
title
to
to the bottom of
grow
the timer.
and the places that
Okay,
you
well,
know
I can't
seem
figure it out.
like fantasy.
Yeah,
There's a light inside your soul that's
I
still
finished
shining
almost like
in
a
the
full
cold
10 minutes faster than I
night.
thought I was gonna.
The promise in our hearts. Don't forget,
Mm,
I'm with you in the
anyways, I'm just gonna go
dark.
casually. I'm just gonna go casually ban that random bot now. I'm putting them on timeout. I just I'm just exaggerating to be funny. Keep playing just so I can check my in-game time real quick. As I mentioned multiple times, I'm not actually going to keep playing because I'm very done with this game for right now. Oh, wait. Yeah. So that was my slowest in-game time yet, but that was... Wait, no. Yeah, no, that was my slowest in-game time yet, except somehow I was like a full half a minute faster on the non-in-game time, so I don't know how that pans out logistically. I don't see how my real time can be faster than my in-game time, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm turning off the Switch now. Alright, so that's gonna get uploaded at some point if I that's gonna get uploaded at some point if I decide that I it depends on if that depends on if I decide that it is that depends on if I that depends on if I actually did better or not. Uh yeah, no. Alright, so I'm just gonna turn on my computer source so you can see my computer. How did it get so skewed? I'm gonna turn off the Elgato. I'm gonna turn on desktop audio. I'm gonna turn it down a little. Alright, so because I can, I wanna show you uh sorry, just had a brain fart. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but yesterday I did a voice demo of Flowey, and today I released an edited version. So I wanted to show you guys that because I'm proud of it and excited about it. So yeah, it's gonna be hard. I can't really fiddle with the desktop audio and my audio at the same time. So I'm just gonna play it and then I'm just gonna not talk while I play it so that I'm not talking over it. Talking over it. Talking over it. Wait, sorry, crap. I need to close the tab I need sorry, I just had to close the tab I had of the stream so I'm not getting a feedback loop, especially cuz I think you can hear it. So that'd just be obnoxious. Anyways, I'm resuming it from where it was though because I don't want to sit through the whole 20 seconds of no talking again because there's not really a point.
You idiot! You haven't learned a thing, have you? In this world, it's kill or be killed. one day, they all disappeared without a trace. File erased. Howdy, it's me, Flowey. Flowey the flower. I owe you a huge thanks. Really did a number on that old fool. Without you, I never could have gotten past him. Now, with your help, he's dead. And I've got the human souls. Hey, boy, I've been empty for so long. It feels great to have a soul inside me again. I can feel them wriggling. Aw, you're feeling left out, aren't you? Well, that's just perfect. After all, I only have 6 human souls. I still need one more before I become God. And then, with my newfound power, monsters, humans, everyone, I'll show them all the real meaning of this world. Oh, and forget about escaping to your old save file. It's gone forever. Don't worry. Your old friend Flowey has worked out a replacement for you. I'll save over your own death so you can watch me tear you to bloody pieces. Over and over and over. What? You really think you can stop me? You really are an idiot.
Yeah, so not the best, but I mean, oh, that's pretty good in my opinion. It's a work in progress for a reason. Whatever. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm just gonna go. I'm not starting a new run, and I don't really have much to do, and there's not a lot of people watching anyways, so I'm just gonna go. Bye.